The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Finance. Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New York Jets and the Philadelphia Eagles. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
Got ready? Hey, check that. Go.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 60.
From the gun, it's Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Throwing is Hurts. A bullet throw but incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But at this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. It's caught by Randall. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. And gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jets will take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Play action. It's Wilson. He's got a man complete. Taking it right down Broadway. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 65 yards. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Wilson to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on, and they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down.
18, Pioneer. Hey, smash. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for Philly. 57 yards. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep right there, knowing they can hit on plays like this? I'll bet that won't be the last time we see them take a deep shot in this game.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Seven, our score after 1. Second and 8. the gun. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson, wide open receiver, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll run with Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Going deep here for Watkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Jets force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. There on the stop was Leo Chanel.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. On second down, a run with Hall. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Moore, the man in motion. They go play action with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Returnable for Lockett. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
On the 6.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Another run was set. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation calls for it, as he just did right there.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They hand off to their big tight end. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
They give it off here to the tight end. No gain on the play that time, but it sets up 2nd and goal. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Come on, set.
Throwing is Wilson. That's caught at the 1. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Wilson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On 4th down, Mike Vrabel says, let's get 3 out of this. He sends on the field goal unit from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Ready.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Hurts to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete to Sanders. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
Ready, ready.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, they talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Ball again on second down. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game that has a chance to tighten up considerably.
To about the 26 here.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 20-yard line. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run here with Sanders. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Sanders is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to it, and let him cap things off.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You needed that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. And the tight end goes in motion left. No motion, the tight end across the formation. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds Wilson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's Hall again. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. The tight end in motion right. Third and 2. Now Wilson. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore. His second touchdown of the game. His third on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after try forthcoming. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Jets 24, Eagles 14.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Play action. Here's Hurts. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and the Eagles are going to have a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third is we're through 3 quarters of play. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Throwing is Hurts. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll run with Sanders. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack, and that makes things tougher here on 3rd and goal.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Tyler Lockett, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Come on, set.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
The center receiver in motion to the right. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first here, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Okay, break.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They go play action with Hurts. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted. intercepted a third time. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Milton Williams there on the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
In motion left is Wilson. Ball again on second down. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Got it.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now it's Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
49 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Gay's kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback in his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now Wilson. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go away.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had...
So the Jets won the toss. They'll get the first shot at finding a winner as we are back underway here in overtime. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Here we go.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Play action. Now Wilson. Oh, and that's so close to being intercepted. That could have been a big turnover in overtime if he had held on. Instead, though, it is still 4th down. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
Down. Here's Wilson. And this is caught. He hits more. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. It's a gain of 13. And how about that? They're able to convert on 4th and 10.
Okay, ready?
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just second down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. To throw again is Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here on first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up. But in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. Now Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting. We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, at least get into field goal range, and get us a win.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts. Throwing left side, it's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Backed up deep in their own territory. They were in search of a cushion, and the cushion was found.
And you have to think total game, even in overtime. As a head coach, field position still counts in this spot. So they had to get out from the shadow of their own goal line, get themselves some breathing room. Obviously, that helps them on offense, but it may help their defense, too. Might be necessary here in OT.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Hurts. Flushed out right. Oh, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Both offense is sputtering a little bit here in overtime, Charles, but give credit to the defenses and certainly credit to them on that last play. That is a huge interception.
I will absolutely do that. They deserve the credit because they forced a punt on the opening drive of overtime. You know no one wants to give up the ball in OT. And now you have them back out there knowing that it only takes a field goal to win this game. Big-time defensive plays being made.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Ball again on 2nd down. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, New York.
Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home.